this is Renee, and welcome to my own little world, and also welcome to something that is probably going to be a series on this channel, or at least I hope so. Depends on how this one will go. And that's a rambling journal with me video, and this is going to be a K-pop journal with me video because, as you can see, this is my K-pop journal, my little yellow friend here, and this is going to be a video where I'm going to just journal. I have my microphone propped up here, and you can't see it because it's not in screen, but it's here. Which is not something that I usually do because I always do voiceovers, but I wanted to give this a go, and I don't know if this is going to work out because I don't know if I can multitask because English is not my first language, and so if I have to multitask it might become a problem, but we'll see how it goes. So first, let me clip down my pages because unfortunately this notebook doesn't lie flat. There we go. And in this video I'm probably going to ramble about how I got into K-pop and my first K-pop concert, because I decided to do a spread about my first K-pop concert, which is the GDragon concert that I went to in 2017 in Amsterdam. And I already cut out some things, as you can see, but I didn't cut out these yet, so let's do that. And I have been a K-pop since 2013. Wow, that's a long time ago. And I've been a fan for a pretty long time before I actually got to see one of my favorite artists in person. And to be honest, I don't really remember much from the whole concert because, one, it is a while ago. I mean, 2017 is not like it happened last year. And two, because it felt like a dream. For me, being a K-pop fan in 2013 wasn't really fun. I kind of felt alone, to be honest, which might sound weird, but in 2013 there weren't a lot of K-pop fans in the Netherlands, or at least I didn't know if there were a lot of K-pop fans because I was kind of too scared to reach out to people, because I've always felt like, or at least at that time, not anymore of course, but when I got into K-pop, people always looked at me weird. They were like, well, why won't you listen to Western music? Because why would you listen to K-pop? Well, there is Western music that you can listen to. And they just thought the whole K-pop thing was weird. And it kind of made me feel like an outcast a bit. And at the beginning, when I first started being a K-pop fan, I also felt kind of embarrassed to be a K-pop fan. Not anymore. I mean, K-pop has become this international thing now, but when I first started listening to K-pop, it wasn't like that at all. And I was that kind of fan that didn't know where to start, because I also didn't have any K-pop albums like I have now. I have like this whole collection, but back then getting or buying K-pop albums was such a hassle, and like the delivery time would be over 10 weeks before it kind of finally got here, and it would be very expensive. And so I didn't have any albums and I didn't have any merch, because I also didn't know where to look for all of these things, because it wasn't that popular. So I didn't know whether I could trust some websites or not. So, and I didn't know a lot of resources. So I was this very shy, scared K-pop fan that was alone. And in 2016, I got my friend Danny into K-pop, and he is so much into K-pop now that he has more K-pop CDs, K-pop albums than I have. He has a YouTube channel, Dancing Dan. I've talked about him multiple times on my channel now, but I just keep promoting him because his content is awesome, and I mean, I love him. So he's one of my best friends. And when I got into K-pop, all of a sudden all my faves came to Europe. It was like all of a sudden all of my favorite K-pop artists were like, hey, Europe exists. So that's when I finally got to go to concerts. And this is actually the first concert that I went to, the GDragon concert in Amsterdam in 2017, and it was amazing. I remember feeling so overwhelmed and so nervous when I was in line. It was very cold. I remember it was at the time that I was in my third year, I think, maybe second or third year of university, and we had to do an internship. And I remember leaving the internship early to go to the GDragon concert with Danny. And then the next morning I had to I had to get back to my internship. And it was so much fun. But like I said, I don't remember a lot about the concert, like a lot of details, because it all felt like a dream, to be honest. Because the thing with being a K-pop fan for so long, and just seeing bands and your favorite K-pop artists just announce that they're going to have a world tour, and to see that every time the world tour is just in Asia, that was really frustrating. So whenever someone would announce that they were going to have a world tour, I would just be like, oh, okay, a world tour. And then when they finally announced that they're also going to tour through Europe, then that's when you realize, oh wait, I wasn't mentally prepared for this, because I never thought that this day would come. So this whole concert was just like I was dreaming. I was in like this big dream, because I didn't really have enough time to really mentally prepare. And also, I know that this image is from a Big Bang concert, but I really liked how all of the VIP bombs looked, so I'm just going to cut Big Bang off. I'm so sorry. It's for the aesthetic. But yeah, it was an awesome concert to be like a first concert too. I really liked it. Actually, Big Bang is my first K-pop group that I ever heard of. I became a K-pop fan because of a YouTube reaction video from the Fine Brothers. I know that sounds lame, but yeah, I think it was something along the lines of maybe YouTubers reacting to K-pop or something like that. And one of the groups that they reacted to was Big Bang with the music video of Fantastic Baby, and I just immediately fell in love with their whole style, their whole vibes, the rap, T.O.P. And I was drawn to them, and I was really drawn to the style of music, the beat, the colorful things that they were wearing, the colorful hair. It was just so cool to see, and I decided to look more into them. And I also decided to look more into Shiny, because they were also reacting to Shiny, and within a week or probably even less, I got hooked on K-pop. I just started standing Big Bang and Shiny, and I also found 21, which is also one of my favorite groups, and unfortunately they disbanded. Although I did see some updates where they were like together with all 4 of them, so there are some speculations about them having either a comeback or just working together. But you never know. I hope that they do, and when they do, I will die, because my blackjack heart can't even. So, what's my next step? Oh, I think I forgot something. I think I left one image on my printer. I'll be right back. And we're back again. Sorry if you can hear some squeaking. My chair isn't the best quality. What was I saying? Oh yeah, 21. That was one of the first groups that I started standing. I don't remember who I also really liked. Like what kind of groups I listened to. Because the thing was, when I started becoming a K-pop fan, I just was like the most diverse multi-stan that I've ever met. I saw this meme one day that said like, being a K-pop fan is being on the beach and you're finding beautiful rocks, and then you keep picking up another rock and another rock and another rock because they're so pretty, and then at the end your pockets are full, your pants are sliding off because they're so heavy, and you just can't help but crying. Something along those lines, and that's what I felt like at some point, because I was just so into finding new groups that I couldn't handle just following all of them, and it was very overwhelming. And that's why for some time, I think it was maybe 2019 and also a bit of 2020, or at least along those lines, I think, I had this time where I kind of took a break from listening to a lot of different K-pop groups, because it was just too overwhelming for me, and I realized that being a multi-stan was not for me. Because it was just too hard to follow all of the activities and all of the comebacks, and I just couldn't really keep up with everything. So for my own mental health and sanity, I decided to just not be a multi-stan anymore. I just tried to keep up with my faves, which was also pretty hard for me. And then I just called it a day. I've been looking like during 2020, I've started looking and listening to more groups again, like diverse groups, just to broaden my music taste a bit, because I realized that I've been listening to the same artists for a long time now. Not that that's a problem or something bad, but I really was ready for something new. And that doesn't mean that I started standing multiple K-pop groups again, but I just know a lot more songs. And Danny actually helped me a lot with that because he decided to make me some Spotify playlists with the newest songs so I can keep up to date with everything that's happening in the K-pop world, and that's really cool. And I've been enjoying them very much, and I've learned a lot about what's happening in the new songs that just came out. And because I never, even for my favorite K-pop groups, for some reason I couldn't keep up with comebacks, even though it sounded simple. But I just missed like Mamamoo comebacks or GOT7 comebacks, or I don't know why, but I just kept missing them. I don't know. And now I can keep up with them a little bit better through the playlist. And in 2017, during GDragon's concert, it was around the time that he brought out his new album. It was just right after he brought out his album Kwoncheon. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. I'm so sorry if I butchered that, but hey, I love that album. It's just so cool. Bullshit is such a nice song, and Untitled is such a cool song as well. I remember that he did that song at the end of his concert, and I remember crying. That's also a thing with me, is that I'm a very emotional person, so let me get some glue. I'm a very emotional person, so I don't think that there is a concert where I didn't cry. Maybe Denny can help me with that. I don't remember there ever being a K-pop concert where I didn't cry. I just ended up crying with either because of a song that I really like and means a lot to me, or the atmosphere, or seeing Jin Young's face during the GOT7 concert. I just cry a lot. I don't know. I get emotional very quickly. I'm a very emotional person, and I also cried during the end of the GDragon concert because I didn't want it to end. Let me get some stickers. Because I remember having some red sticker flakes that I think might look nice. I'm not sure if I'm going to use them, but it's nice to have them here to keep them in the back of my mind. Okay. Okay, let me first just glue this down, because I know for sure that I'm going to want this as a background. And my journal doesn't open flat completely, so I need to make an incision. That sounded very medical, but I need to make sure that the paper won't fold. Like that. Also, if you hear... Wait, what am I doing? I don't need this kind of glue. Also, if you hear any background noises, I'm very sorry. We're still currently in a lockdown, so... And on this side... Oh, I'm not even in frame. Sorry. On this side, I have a neighbor that plays guitar. I mean, he's great, but... it makes a lot of noise. And on the other side, I have neighbors with 2 small children. They're like so cute, but so noisy. So if you hear a lot of background noises, that's why. And since it's the weekend, I'm filming this on a Saturday. A lot of people are home, like the people that don't work from home are home right now, and a lot of people decided to work on either their garden or like renovating their whole home. I don't know. There's this neighbor like on the opposite of our house that has been working on his roof and his windows for like over a month, and I don't really know when he's ever going to finish. I don't know what he's even doing, but I mean, you do you, man. But I would have given up a while ago. Okay, I need to cut the excess because it's already bothering me. In one of my latest videos, I think it was maybe even my most recent video, my Bimmy my plan with me, I'm not sure. I talk a lot in my videos, I'm sorry. But in one of my videos I was talking about how I wanted to K-pop journal more, and I've been doing that. And one of my reasons for K-pop journaling more is not only because I want to be more creative and kind of perfect my style, or experiment with my style rather. It's also because I really hate this journal. I know that a lot of people are really a fan of this brand, and I don't want to. I mean, if you like this brand, that's good for you. But it hasn't been really working for me, and I don't know whether it's because this particular journal that I chose is just way too small for my liking. Which is ironic because I am the smallest person in the world, basically. I'm not very tall either, but I feel like I don't have enough space to write, and I already work with a lot of big images, and I like working with a lot of big images, and I like the collage style, so I don't give myself a lot of space to write already, and then it's just a very small journal as well. And I also really dislike that I have to like cut in the middle to make it stay flat, and that the pages don't lie flat. And I also don't like that the edges are round of the journal, because I have to cut around them, and there are a lot of downsides to this journal, in my opinion. Like, the only thing, and I make it seem now that the only thing that I really like about this journal is that it's yellow, my favorite color. But I mean, there are some upsides to this journal, I mean, but I'm not the biggest fan. So that's why I kind of want to fill this one up and start a new one. But because I don't have it in my heart to abandon this journal either. I mean, I don't like it, but I want to fill it because it looks nice when the journal is finished. But so, and I decided that while I want to finish this journal, I am not going to get lazy. I'm really going to just do my best to create nice things and finish it. I'm not going to like drop the ball this one. So that's what I've been doing after work. I work for 4 days a week, and after work I like to wind down if I'm not too tired. I like to just wind down and enjoy and create something. because journaling and writing and making collages and or drawing too is kind of like a therapy for me. And when I feel stressed, it's really nice to have that outlet, because you don't really think about much else and you can just focus on what you're doing at that moment, and you're just creating something. And it doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, this is very wonky, as you can see. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to look amazing or nice. You can just do whatever and it's okay. There's also one vivid memory that I have of this K-pop concert, by the way, and that's, I don't remember the name of the song, I'm very sorry, but he performed one of the songs of the album Quantium, and during that song, he, in the background, like his back vocals, you can hear GDragon say hello. And so I have been listening to that album like non-stop, so I knew that he was going to say, or at least the backing vocals were going to say hello, and like my instinct just went for it during the concert. And he was performing that particular song live, and without even thinking, my whole mind and body went for it and just screamed out, hello! And I remember the people that were like on the seats behind us, because we had seating tickets, they laughed their ass off. And I mean, I can't blame them, because it sounded really weird. And that's how I normally am at concerts. I'm either very loud and obnoxious, or I'm just plain weird. So, not sure if you're ever going to meet me at a concert, but just hope and pray you're not near me during the concert. Oh wait, I had stickers. I kind of want to go for a sticker or an image that kind of reminds me of the concert, but I'm not sure if I'm going to find it. Not that this locker thingy reminds me of the concert, but let's just stick down. Oh, maybe this could look cool. Okay. Now for the next. Oh, that went surprisingly well. I always struggle with getting off the backs of sticker flakes. I always fight these. Okay. Full concentration. Yeah, looks cool. Maybe it was the song Superstar that now that I think of it, with the story of the hello, I think it was the song Superstar. Let's do some lettering, I guess. I will use just some excess paper. Now I don't really know which color is the right one, because I have two kinds of reds, and one is more in the pinkish, on the pinkish side, and one is more, this one. I really like this. It's more of the orangey There's this orange undertone, and I really like that. I'm not sure if I'm going to use this one, because it already says Kwang Ji-young here. Okay, it might look messy, but in my defense, that's how it is supposed to look. And other things I tell myself, but hey. Oh, let's talk about my favorite songs of GDragon. As I said, I love his last album, Kwang Ji-young, and I have that album in my collection. Unfortunately, because it is the USB stick, unfortunately the USB doesn't work for some reason. My laptop won't pick it up as a USB. I don't know why, but so that's very sad. And I also have the album One of a Kind. I really like that album as well. I love the song One of a Kind as well. It's such a cool song. And one of my favorite songs of GDragon has to be Crayon. I really love that song. It's the whole vibe is just amazing. It's so cool. And Heartbreaker is just a classic. I mean, and I'm not really sure what my first song is that I heard, like, of GDragon. Maybe it was Crayon or Go. Either one of those two. Okay, let's leave it at that before I overwork it and then end up completely hating it. Let's write the date. And this is the finished result. I really like how it looks. I don't have much to say about it. I really like how it looks, and it brings back a lot of great memories, and I'm glad that this is my first K-pop concert that I went to, because GDragon is just a born performer, and I really hope he has a comeback soon now that he's back from the army. And I'm not really sure if Big Bang is going to have a comeback altogether. Maybe it's naive to hope that, but I hope that maybe GDragon can do some solo work if he wants to, and if he doesn't want to, that's great too, but at least I have this great memory. I hope you enjoyed this rambling K-pop journal with me. It was quite different from what you normally see from me. Well, I do talk a lot in my videos, whether it's like in the form of a voiceover or like this, but I really wanted to kind of make this video, or make these series of videos if it becomes a series, and try and create kind of a vibe of two friends, you and me, just journaling together and just talking a bit, because with the lockdown, I don't know if every country is at a lockdown, but in the Netherlands we are at a lockdown, and I know that it can feel very lonely to not really be able to talk to anyone, or I know that there is social media, of course, but I don't know about you guys, but I miss my friends a lot, and I'm stuck inside, and I just want to give you some entertainment and maybe the feeling of that you're not alone. I wanted to give you this cozy kind of video where I will just be your friend and we'll journal together and we'll just talk, or at least I'll talk. And if you would like me to make more of these kind of videos, please let me know, and I hope you like this video. And as always, stay hydrated, stay tuned, and until my next video, bye!